Greetings, my dear beloved children. As a follow-up to my previous message, today we will speak about the way you can learn to keep your conscience and body within the fifth dimension space, not only at night but during the day, too. If after you awake you manage to maintain the state of harmony, peace and quiet you night was full of, you can ask the civilization of Tetragonia to prolong your being in this state for all day. If the representatives of this civilization see that your vibration level enables them to comply with your request, they will readily respond to it, and then you will see you are surrounded by the invisible energy shields that protect you from the third dimension world. Besides, these shields are movable indeed. They are constantly changing their architecture depending on the energies they contact, and it is explained by the fact that the high vibration energies they consist of possess their own conscience. They act in consistence with the current situation, not violating your free will, and at the same time cushion the blow if you find yourself in the energy source of tension owing to the force of circumstances. This is how it happens in practice. If your environment is calm and its vibration profile is quite balanced, partition shields disappear, while you yourself become an island of light people are attracted to, so you generously share the energy of ascension with them. While if near you there arises energy disbalance, the civilization of Tetragonia immediately reacts to it, putting up their shields or airbags, to be exact, around you, and they prevent the penetration of any low vibration energies emitted by other people. Meantime, your own pure energies will freely be able to emanate outside through this protection, since they remain high vibration ones and, consequently, rarefied to the utmost. Therefore, my dear, at the starting point of your life in two dimensions simultaneously you will be supplied with additional protection for the side of the civilization of Tetragonia that exists in the world parallel to yours, and it will lay the foundation of people cooperation with human-friendly civilizations, which is one of Earth ascension components. Moreover, communication with these wonderful friendly creatures will enrich you not only in terms of energy but will also help you develop your telepathic abilities. You will feel they read your thoughts easily and simply, and step by step you will learn to understand their language and will perceive their feedback. Of course, it will not happen all of a sudden, but if you show patience and, which is more important, love and gratitude towards these creatures, in the course of time your relations will advance to the level of a full-fledged cooperation based on unconditional love and respect to each other. Today we will speak about the way you can stop being dependent on other people's point of view. I know, my dear, you have already made headway in the third dimension world patterns deliverance, yet, sometimes you feel offended by critics concerning you, and to this or that degree you are still dependent on other people's opinion, especially if it comes to your nearest and dearest. Now, when you have learned to scan energies well, you do not even need words anymore to feel thoughts and emotions people have in respect of you. And the larger the vibration gap between you and your close people become, the more uncompromising confrontation will be, since the usual third dimension world of these people will start collapsing in front of them. They will try to stand up for it with all the means available to them. Highly probable that it is you who will be a permanent source of annoyance for them, since you will not share their panics, fear, aggression and censure that are so typical of the dual world people, and they will start treating you as a stranger. Do you remember the expression, those who are not with us are against us? This is how a herd feeling has been cultivated in the third dimension world people for centuries. And while those who have already reached the level of understanding and, which is more important, observance of the laws of the universe recognize the right for the freedom of will and, consequently, the right for a life choice of a person, the third dimension world people are rather aggressive towards those who have stood out of the faceless crowd. And I think many of you have already experienced it yourselves. So, my dear, what should you do so as to take calmly critics directed to you and go on your own way? First of all, not to talk about ascension with unprepared people. Thereby, you will secure yourself from negative energies, as well as the process of ascension itself. What is more, thanks to this you will not decrease human collective conscience vibrations, and now it needs infusions of most positive and high vibration energies as ever. Therefore, I ask you over and over again to keep in mind that only in terms of energy can you do the elaborate work on transition preparation of both separate individuals and human collective conscience in general. Any stories, explanations or persuasion will cause the opposite reaction of unprepared people, which will eventually affect human collective conscience as well. There is a time for everything, my dear. Believe me, there will come time when the amount of high vibration energy that human collective conscience is being saturated with now from all round will become quality, and then pure ancient human souls will be reviving in numbers. Yet, It should happen in a natural way. Then, it will be your turn to help the beginners convey the necessary information they will start absorbing eagerly, since their conscience will be ready for this. And until such a moment comes, your main protection from attacks in respect of you should be silence and benevolent attitude to everybody with no exception, your respect for other people's opinion whatever it is. Anyway, that will be something to show the example of the law of unity and the law of the free will observance. To make my previous message continued, I would like to focus on one more aspect of your relationships with people far from the issue of ascension. I know that many of you are living through the period of disappointment with the fact that very few people understand what is really going on the planet. The things that seem new, exciting and amazing to you by many people are treated as frightening tragic events bringing them nothing but sorrow. It concerns natural disasters and coronavirus circulation all over the world, which has already contributed incredible chaos to the usual life of people. Of course, your chances to convey the truth to people are not high in comparison with those with all the media in their grip. And in this complicated situation, my dear, I can suggest the following. Do the following meditation as often as possible, invoking all the higher powers of the universe for help. Imagine your earth as a huge ball, with its surface being covered with the energies of a wide vibration range. All of them are of different colors corresponding to human chakras. On most of the territory there prevail red, orange, yellow energies typical of reptiloids, young human souls and lower-order civilizations representatives embodied as humans. Then come some green and blue energies characteristic of half-reptiloids with the human soul dominating, as well as of mature human souls and human-friendly civilizations. And among this color diversity you can notice occasional inclusions of bright blue and purple colors. This is what the energy color palette of your earth is nowadays. People featuring spiritual vision will be able to identify the places of the highest concentration of these or those energies. The lowest vibrations are sure to be typical of big cities, while the purest in terms of energy are nature reserves, and it is really hard to change this ratio. Yet, you can make your contribution to the energy redistribution on Earth in favor of high vibration energies, divine ones. And this is what should be done for this. Invoke the energy of ascension and passing it through your golden triangle. Your fifth and fourth chakras, get it concentrated in your palms. And as soon as you feel warmth in there, start filling with this divine healing high vibration energy most polluted places on Earth and be with its citizens of megalopolises and other problem spots. Ask the higher powers to redistribute this energy in the most efficient way so that not a single city on Earth is left out. In the meantime, try not to switch on your mind remembering the names of the cities, analyzing the current events or making your own judgment. Just surrender yourself to the flow and trust the forces of light, using your channel for anchoring the energies that will do everything themselves in the manner most beneficial for your planet. Thereby, gradually the high vibration energies will reach the conscience of those ready to accept them, not violating the free will of all the inhabitants of Earth. I am sure, my dear, you will like this practice that will at the same time increase your own vibrations. 2. Today we will start to consider in detail the inner processes of human body transformation from the physical into the light crystalline one. But the first thing to remember is that without your conscience transformation no changes can occur in your physical body. And here is the reason for that. It is your conscience that initiates all the physiological processes in your body. This is what all tables on psychosomatic causes of diseases are based on, since any of the body dysfunctions results from your psychic peculiarities and, to a larger extent, from your conscience. Of course, some external factors can contribute to this, too, such as environment pollution, chemical additives, genetically modified foods. Yet, the root cause of any disease is these or those negative emotions and, consequently, low vibration energies emitted by a person. Besides, these negative energies can make influence not only on the one who generates them but on their family. 2. Children are especially vulnerable to this as they are still strongly dependent on their parents' energy profile. For example, fear for one child health for the side of parents is most often the cause of children diseases, as well as of various allergic reactions. It is accounted for by the fact that children are always within the energy field of their family. This destructive energy is literally hovering in the air, imbibing all the family members. As a rule, the first victim is the weakest of them, and most often it is the child. This is how the law of unity shows itself at the energy level. Moreover, it shows itself even if close people are far away from each other, for there are no obstacles for energy. And since it governs conscience, it shows itself in respect of the place and the person this conscience is directed to. As a result, people find themselves powerless against alien energies' intrusion wherever they are, which is widely made use of by magicians, shamans and wizards. But the most regretful is that common people sincerely loving their nearest and dearest unintentionally make irremediable harm to them by their negative thought, fears, doubts and offenses. Therefore, my dear, before you get down to serious and systematic work on transformation of both your conscience and physical body, I would like you to make sure that your energy space is purified from all alien energies capable of influencing you in this or that way and, as a result, of retarding your transformation process. So, I ask you to do the practice on your energy space purification from alien energies every day in the morning and in the evening using the flame of universe love, and then fill the space already cleansed with the energy of ascension. Let it become your habit, which will not only prevent your subtle bodies from energy pollution but will also speed up the process of your physical body transformation into the light crystalline one. Here we will stop for today. Loving you endlessly. Father Absolute spoke to you.